Going on, y'all? This the new Twin Cities podcast.
Yes, sir.
I got you. I'm your host, Fresh, and then it's my co-host,
Tony.
And we here today with a very special guest, man. We got
Very special.
Man, we got the one and only DESTO DUBB in the building, straight from Cali, man, all the way to Minnesota.
All right. Watts in the building.
Yeah, man, we appreciate having you, man. This is big, bro.
Major, bro.
Minnesota ain't never had no shit like this going on, so this is a perfect time. The city going up. We just had some rap niggas in a XXL freshman and shit, so the city going up right now. Casey Pluto, he working with Kanye and shit, so yeah. So man, we got Desto in the building, man. So how you feeling, man? How you liking Minnesota so far?
Man, I fuck with Minnesota. I ain't gonna lie. I'm enjoying it. The people are nice out here. You know, had a real good turnout the first day. You know, this the second day of the pop-up, and it's going pretty well. I have no complaints on Minnesota.
Before you came here, though, what did you think of Minnesota? What?
I just thought it's just like some big-ass buildings and a lot of snow.
You think no niggas was up here?
And motherfuckers was just riding around on little snow dirt bikes.
Like we in Alaska or some shit.
That's literally what I thought of Minnesota.
Most niggas say we got farms and they think of country shit when they come up when they think of Minnesota and shit. So
yeah.
Nah, man. Rest in peace to George Floyd, man. When the George Floyd shit happened, man, they opened up the city, man. Like it really showed. It really showed what we got going on here, man. So
sure did.
That's what we here for, man. We want to put that on display. We want to show the world what we got going on here, man. So I appreciate you coming up here.
Definitely, sir. Cause you know you done been up here a few times. This ain't the first time. What number is this as far as
my third time probably coming to Minnesota. Actually, this is probably my first time like being here on I didn't travel here with other people before, but this is probably my first time being here on my own with my team. You know what I mean?
Really checking it out.
Yeah.
Is this the first time with the whole team?
Yeah. And we're going to for sure do it again. Like, I'm talking to people, make sure that we can come back and have another, LA weekend in Minnesota.
You enjoyed yourself at the club?
Yeah, the club was great. Surprisingly, I had some great food down here.
Yeah, we do.
A lot of great businesses and clothing brands and companies, you know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
So I see it's like y'all got a whole bunch of potential. It's just like y'all don't have the light yet. You know what I mean? But the light is coming. It's a lot of great people out here. It's I ran into a lot of great business owners or up and coming business owners, and yeah.
Man, shout out to Darnell, man. Bookham Denim, man. He the one that put this together, right? Yeah, it's his birthday weekend, man. So shout out to him for putting this all together, man. For real, like shit like this need to be on display, man. So that's what we here to do today, man. So
definitely.
When you so starting out, man. When you was this like your first? Like, was doing clothes like your first goal, like first dream that you started on, or like how? Started on with that.
No, it wasn't my first dream. Doing clothes was like something like a hobby, like riding a bike or fixing bikes or something like that. I couldn't afford the clothes, so I used to try to make them myself. But that was just something that I just did when it comes to getting dressed. It's like, okay, every day you have to get dressed, but I would love to wear this, but I can't afford it. So maybe I'm going to make something that looks similar to that.
Right.
But my first, I tried everything. You did school stuff first, and then after school, you try to go and work go to college. Then college don't work. You try to work in a company, work your way up that. You know what I mean? It just came to a point where I just like making capital. You know what I mean? Like I love just making capital. So whatever I could get my hands on that didn't involve or need any type of document or school, I would do it. And a lot of those things were illegal at first, but then it got to a point where I started seeing if you put that same energy into something else, it might take longer, but it ain't gonna be no hiccups to where it's life threatening.
Right,
you know
watching
what I mean?
Over your back and shit.
Yeah, you know what I mean. So it's just after a lot of bad turning events, I just went to a point where I just wanted to try doing something that I know was not illegal. And besides it not being illegal, I'm able to make money off of it. And it was just always right there with the clothes.
Man, you chose the right.
It's just always right there with the clothes. Cause think about me, I'm really like a hustler. So the easiest way to make money is sell something to your friends, because your friends are always around you, especially if you got a lot of friends. So you notice things that your friend like, whether it be this, that. All my friends always liked the clothes, so that was my first market, and they were like some tough critics because you'll make some shit and they'll hurt your feelings. You know what I mean?
Like, nigga, that shit whack.
That's
nigga,
not
right?
it. That's not it. You know. So that was like my first like critics, my first customers and shit. So.
Okay.
So of course we all know you did tattooing as well.
Yeah.
Did that play a part of Cough Syrup now? Like, did that, like, as far as like, were you an artist? You know what I'm saying? Before anything, did you always draw?
Yeah, so like one of the things after I tried working for a company or something, I was like, okay, I always like tattoos. Let me start doing tattoos.
Yeah.
You know, and I became real great at it, and it does play a part in the clothes because first thing I did at the tattoo shop was I was like a receptionist. So I would get the tattoos ready, I would help with the placements. So I use them same placements when I'm like making designs, like whether I want something on the sleeves or the chest or on the side or on the back, you know what I mean? And then I'm able to like, if I see something that I like and I'm like, oh, I want it a certain way, I'm able to like sketch up a mock-up that's pretty similar to how it's going to be so that whoever's designing it for me is able to see it and be like, okay, I get it. You know what I mean? So like those little things do help. But at the end of the day, even if I didn't know them things, you're still possible to do it. But I feel like those things did kind of like, you know, just put me a little bit towards the like designing side. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Helping with the prep.
Yeah, so I just like I already know how to like I can take something like let's say like it's a picture right there of a hand like doing like this, and let's say I wanted the hand to do like this, I'm able to like draw the other two fingers. Okay. You know what I mean? So I can send it to him. Yeah, I'm able to draw the other two fingers so I can send it to him.
Oh, you cold with that shit.
Yeah, man, you cold with that, man. Yeah, I was wondering how are you able to pump out so many designs so quick like that? Like, not spilling the sauce.
Yeah, well, the thing in the beginning, I wasn't pumping out a lot of designs. I had like one shirt for probably like 2 years.
Okay. You was doing the logo
just
thing,
black and white,
just the logo on the shirt,
black and white shirt. Like I didn't even, and then just got to a point where like I started believing in myself, and I was like, fuck it, we like, you know, I ain't gotta like be scared of it running out or burning out. You know what I mean? You know, so I just started switching colors, doing other designs, you know what I mean? And some shit don't even say cough syrup on it anymore nowadays, you know? So it's like,
with the candy hearts
yep, or just like I did the Awful Lot of Dreams, you know what I mean? That shirt doesn't say cough syrup at all, you know, so it's just
man, I like how you do that, too.
Man, that's fire.
You do
it's
shit.
really like, you know, I call myself a streetwear brand because a lot of my shit, like, it's like inspired by the streets, you know what I'm saying?
You fuck with a lot of rappers too.
I fuck with all of the artists.
Man, I see you fuck with V's. That's one of my favorite rappers, man.
Yeah, V's my boy. I've been with him for probably like 2-3 years now, you know.
Yeah,
like,
I see y'all together all the time.
We've been supporting the brand and we've been supporting each other.
Yeah, Detroit, that wave. That's how I caught on to you. I just, you know, I got on hip to Detroit wave, and then I just started seeing you with them everywhere, and I'm like, okay.
Yeah, man. And even before that, you was with Pump, I believe. Pump, yeah, man. So you've always been there, and then I've been on the brand since early Twitter days. You know, like I was telling him before we came and saw you guys the other day. Couch, the song Couch, man. That was a good song, man.
He showed me that shit.
You made that overseas, huh?
Overseas. Where was you at? Berlin. Oh, that's dope. Okay. Yeah, that's dope.
Yeah, man. So, is being a rapper still your primary thing, or is that just a hobby now?
No, it's really like, you know, it is a hobby, you know what I mean? But the crazy thing about it, a lot of music I I manifest stuff that actually come true.
Oh, that's
you know what I mean? Yeah. Like I'll rap about a car and I'll really end up getting it. I never even thought of getting it. I just said it in the song because it like rhymed or sound nice.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like
on couch.
Yeah. You feel me? See? So like that shit, like I just do it for a hobby, but it kind of like be like, damn, this shit probably really gonna happen.
Man, that's crazy. You talk about manifesting because that's our whole thing, man. We manifested this shit. We was telling each other all week, like, man, we gotta link up with that stuff. We gotta link up. Like we was like, fuck it. We got a whole television station, but we like, if he can't get there, we gonna bring the cameraman here. Fuck it. We gotta make this happen. So we all about the universe and manifesting shit, man. That's how we
making
do
shit happen, just like you did, man.
Yeah.
Your whole story coming out the back of the van, man.
Yeah.
I did some brush up research, you know, as every podcaster should, and I didn't realize that you was in the van up until like last year, pretty much, man. Like how.
Like I didn't even think none of this shit was gonna happen. Like my goal, like, was just 1,000 a day. You know what I mean? Like that's all I was trying to make. Yeah.
I need 1,000.
You know what I mean? Like let's try to make like at the point when I was in that parking lot, I just try to make 1,000 a day. You know what I mean? Whether that be like an ounce of weed, 2 hoodies, a shirt. You know what I mean? Just 1,000 a day, and like look what that turned into. So like I wasn't like thinking like, oh, I'm here, I want to have all that. I didn't even think of none of this shit. Like none of this shit wasn't even in my thought process.
Damn.
My thought process was 1,000 a day, save up, buy your ass a car. And like that turned into like boom, damn, 5,000, 6,000, 7,000, 8,000, damn, this shit crazy. And it's not stopping. Like it's like shit was not stopping. So it was just like. That's why we tell people, like, oh, I'm doing this to get there. Like, don't even think about there, because it's like, if, like, let's say you go to the gym, you, like, thinking, okay, I'm running an hour. No, just keep running to the song that you're listening to. After 6 songs, 7 songs, your hour gonna come. Don't focus on the end.
The end
just,
goal, yeah.
like, baby steps. Like, you know what I mean? I'm just, not even, low-key, not even, like, every day. I'm low-key, like, okay, like, at least, as long as we can make at least, like, 300-400 by 12, we good. At 12 o'clock came now, like we got until like 4 to make some bread before the trial. Okay, let's you know, and anything I could do, you know, in them little baby steps, I would just do the most and be like, let's just start adding up.
So sounds like that's a good method, man. Would you say that if some like for anybody say who just opened a clothing stores, is that something they should do?
Yeah. See, like just start off like hella small. Like don't even like, you know, unless you already have a business is like your second, third, you know what I mean? Get the store, just open it. Don't worry about it being all super decked out and the most fancy, Because, like, you can put all that money in there and the shit don't make shit.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? You know what I mean? You gonna hire 6, 7 people, have shifts, managers, and you're not
Ain't
selling
no money
shit.
coming in this month.
You know, start off small. You open your store. You run your store.
Right.
You feel me?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, like, you all the way in Minnesota, you could have just had your team come do it.
Yeah, no.
Man.
I'm still, you feel me? Like, this is my job. This is what I like to do
I love
right
that.
now. You know what I mean? Like, I like this shit.
I love that about you, man. You get out there with your people and show them that you still 100% a part of the groundwork too. Like,
Yeah, like if I see somebody walk in, I'm gonna hop up and go and greet them and meet them and help them, you know, until I panned it off. You know what I mean? They really come like to fuck with me. Exactly. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah, I like that, man. That show that leadership, man. That goes a long way with your people, for real.
Sure, man. Yeah, man. Damn, I'm still a little shell shocked because I'm talking about like 2015, 16. I remember seeing Adam talk about you selling shit out the back of the trunk, man. So I'm glad you
I was
hit.
all even a hobby back then. Like, it wasn't like, oh, this is what I wake up and do every day. It was like,
Right.
you know, I'm about to go and try to sell this, sell that, but while I'm selling this and selling that, hey, I got some hoodies too.
Yo,
Damn.
yeah. Because clothes ain't your main hustle, not at first, you know what I'm saying?
I just probably, I would even say, I don't even know, like probably like a year ago. Like a year ago, I probably just was like I'm gonna focus on the clothes. Like I wasn't even in the van. It was just like, this was my job. I'll do this, get the bread, then go and hang out with the rappers, get high.
Right.
I was just using it to get the money to go and make music. You know what I mean? Doug take care of the house. That's already boom. But the rest of it, I was just building like relationships, connections, going places, being burnt. You know, it just got to a point where it's like, I'm making all this money and I'm treating this shit like a fucking bucket. Like, I'm just buying shit, selling shit, spending shit. Like, I'm not like saving, I'm not LLCing, I'm not like, you know, even like doing like payroll, right? You know what I mean? I'm really running this motherfucker like a trap spot. Like, like y'all work these days, you get 100 a day. You feel me? When they come in, you bust it down.
Right.
You know what I mean? Fill it up. When you empty, you grab some more from upstairs.
Right.
Let me know what you grabbing. Like, you know what I
wait
mean?
till it's gone. We gonna re-up before we get to the end.
You know, or we got my partners coming in town. We gonna need some extras for them. Like, I was really, you know what I mean, running it like a trap. But then, like, after a while, I started, like, running it like a business. You know what I mean?
And that's great. You got to that point, man, because coming from where we come from, the hood and shit, we don't get taught that shit.
Yeah, no.
So
You just trying to make the money, but it's like after you make the money, what's next? You try to like you got this machine that's working and it's working now. You like, I don't want it to fuck up. So that's when you like, okay, I'm gonna get like maintenance. I'm gonna get this. Like I'm just trying to keep the machine running as long as I can. Right. You feel me? And just like make the foundation strong. You know what I mean? The infrastructure strong, basically. You know what I mean? To where it runs on its own without me.
Right.
I don't have to be there. You know what I mean? I already know what's going on. I can send them down here, bust that bitch. All I gotta do is come, smile for a little while, and get on.
Get up out of here.
But right now, we still building that. You know what I mean? And it's like that shit takes so much time and energy. Cause it's like somebody telling you how to race, and it's like I've been winning races my whole life.
Right.
How you gonna tell me? And they like, okay, well, this is how the world wins races, not you and your little donuts around the parking lot. Like, you know what I mean?
Damn.
So it's like you just gotta kind of humble yourself and listen and start doing shit the way it's supposed to be done, just so it can be like keep going without fucking up.
Right.
And that's you taking it to the next level.
Like, that shit be kicking my ass, bro. Like,
Man, I hear that all the time.
Man, but that's why niggas don't go official. Like, I got, you know what I'm saying? That's why niggas don't go official sometimes, because you don't, you know.
Man, that's where we just opened a children's clothing store, just straight children's, and I'm getting to the point where now we need a accountant and all of that. So I'm starting to hear about these taxes and shit. So I'm just like, man, when that time come, I just want to be ready for that shit. So.
And at a certain level, them shits be feeling like triple, like triple
you
A slamming your ass.
You don't have to do it yourself, you know, but you just gotta hire somebody.
Yeah.
So it'll just be like either way it go, it has to get done.
Shit, them numbers be crazy. Like, bitch. Man, swear to God. Man, so as a fan, I've always been curious. So far, what is your favorite drop? Like, what has been your favorite drop off the cough syrup line? Like the one that you look back, you're like, damn, that shit was cold. Like,
Man,
or do you
so
just kind of like go with the flow with everything you put out?
It was like my first 4th of July hoodie, where I got the slogan that's on the back of my tags. It say, please don't sip, drink, and shoot firearms. That was a fire ass hoodie. Like that one, or my Korean hoodie, like where I made one where it was like in Korean. That's like those two are like some of my hardest. Oh, or when I performed at Rolling Loud, I made a hoodie. I only made probably like 50 of them. Cause this is when I wasn't selling a lot of shit. You know what I mean? I was just doing it just to like, okay, I did it. You know what I mean? It wasn't making bread like that, but I was still just doing them to do it. You know what I mean? Yeah, it's like if I'm do a show, I'm gonna try to do a pop up in that same city. Like that's just always been my motto.
That makes sense.
You know what I mean? Because then it just, even if it don't make shit, it makes the brand look bigger.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like they booked me for a show, I did a pop up. Now it's like, oh, this is all tied into the brand.
Okay. Yep, I like how you do that, man. That's marketing 101 for sure. Mm-hmm. Like the branding, I love how you branded everything. Like at first I thought you had a weed strain.
Yeah, I do. A few of them.
Oh, okay. Yeah, so I was getting you mixed up in what's the dude the
Which one?
Yeah, Runs.
Yeah,
I was getting you. I thought you was part of that circle at first. You know what I'm saying? Before I knew.
That's my brother. Like when it comes to like, you gotta think like all of these are different departments. You got the clothes, and you got the music, and then the weed is now like a big part of it. You know what I mean? Like, all of these are great assets for your rollout for whatever. So it'd be like as far as weed, he's the captain, the best team. He's the Cowboys of the fucking weed. So when I'm doing weed, I went to him to do my weed.
Do your thing.
You know what I mean? Anything like that has to do with weed is probably, for me, is done through LB, or it has like he give me his stamp like, yeah, that's good. You know what I mean? And right now we do have a strand together. You know what I mean? And like it's called Awful Lot of Jokes Up, and it's like 41 mixed with like a biscotti. Those guys.
Okay. That sound fire.
So how do you turn it, like how long does it take to get a capsule ready? Like how far out do you plan ahead if you're able to disclose? Like for something
it can be sometimes takes like 5-6 months. Sometimes it could take 2 weeks.
Okay.
Depending on how if it needs to be done, the window of time I have, the opportunity that it might possess, I can drop everything and get some shit done even quicker than that if I have to. You know? But like for the most part, the beginning of the year, I plan out as much as I can for the year based off of like what I did last year. You know what I mean? So I'll try to go like 6 months and then 4 months and then 2 months for the whole year. So like, what are we in, August? I'm probably like a month or two ahead of schedule. You know, this is the 4-month period, and then like it's the last 2 months. So when it comes to like the 2 months, we probably already working on designs for that. Like November and December, we're working on designs, but right now we have designs and we're starting stuff for September. That's what's up. And just to walk you down, how does it go? Idea first.
Okay.
It goes idea first. After the idea, I initially think of like what kind of approach I want to go with it, what I'm thinking. Not even material. Do you talking about designs? You go design first, and then idea. You got to come up with the design. Sometimes that shit can be quick. You know what I mean? Like I did some shit with Boston Richie. Awful Lot of Bubba. It's easy. We just taking the Hubba Bubba whole font and color wave and flipping it to Awful Lot of Bubba. So that shit was done like probably like within like an hour or two. You know what I mean? And then I didn't even screen print it. No, I have a designer. So I'll send an idea to one of my many designers, and sometimes they knock it out quick. Sometimes it might take a minute. If I'm right with them, you know what I mean? They can do it right there in front of me. You know what I mean? So that one was done in like a day, like because it was so quick because I was already at like the office. I mean at the warehouse, and the designer was like, "Hey, make this real quick." Boom, sent it to him, and then normally. If this is the fast approach, you'll take that, send it to the screen printer, and he'll put it on DTG, and you'll just use whatever blanks is available. So he can make it, send it to them, and they'll just print it on the shirt. But like I don't like using DTG because you can't feel the texture and all of that, you know. But that's a quick one. The long way will be after you got the designs, you make the mock-ups. After you make the mock-ups, you have to think of which hoodies and blanks you're going to use. If the hoodies and blanks have to be a specific color, now you got to dye the hoodies and blanks after you purchase them. And then after you purchase them, you have to go to QC. That's where they go through them, and sometimes they fuck up. So the ones that fucked up during the dye, you take them out, and then you send them to the printer. The printer prints them. You get them back. They put the tags on them. You get product shots.
Do you ever keep the B grades, or do you just toss them?
No, I give them away for free. That'd be like the stuff I give away to people.
Okay.
Damn. Then product shots, lifestyle shots. If you're gonna do a pop-up, it's pop-up. If there's no pop-up, just drop it off at the store until we start selling.
Okay. Man, we got the system going.
Damn. You probably been doing that for years now, huh? Yeah. So how's the community out in LA, like far as like the for designers and stuff? Do they like you guys show a lot of love to each other? As far as the community, because I know up here it's like people don't like to give other people love because they always want to be the first one to do something up here. We still in that kind of range, but how does it work in LA? Do y'all show each other love?
Well, I ain't gonna lie, like a lot of people don't, but like a lot of people do too because it's so big. You know, we got down there like 4 million people, so we got a little bit of both. But, you know, me, bro, they gonna figure it out regardless. They gonna figure it out, bro. So it's like you better off just giving it to them. You know what I mean? It's like, okay, if I don't give it to you, you gonna get it, and we're gonna be in competition. If I do give it to you and you get it, you gonna fuck with me, and now there's no competition.
Exactly.
So I don't be tripping about giving people shit. The only time I trip about giving people shit is when they burn my shit out. Like, you know what I mean? Like my Dickie plug, like I'm not giving people where I get my Dickies from because the Dickies are limited. I can't buy unlimited Dickies. You know what I mean? Like Corona fucked up the Dickies so bad that they're not making Dickies like that fast. A lot of colors they don't even make since Corona. So you won't get my Dickies plug. Will you get my printer? Yes, you can use my printer. I will tell you where my printer is. Well, at what blank side I'm using, yes, you can use my blanks because then you'll know that this shit ain't cheap. This shit is very expensive.
See, y'all hear that? Man, he show love. He show love to the upcoming people.
The songs for anybody up here, man. Because our thing right now is, like, especially looking at your story coming up, you know, there's a lot of us up here that not exactly did what you did, but we on the same kind of lifestyle or same kind of path. But we just, like, you out in LA, you from Watts, correct? Yeah. And then, so you out there, you next to the manufacturers, the printers, and a lot of the stuff that we need, you know what I'm saying, to get going like that.
It's a little harder up here to find those type of things. Yeah. So,
or just even the interest for it in general is still, you know, like a lot smaller than LA and shit like that. So hopefully, you know, the gang just gave out will inspire a lot of the kids. I mean, shit, even on day one of the pop-up, you know, you had young kids coming up here, you know, sending you shirts and neighbors next door and shit. How you feel about that when people give you shirts and stuff like that?
Like, I fuck with everybody that bring me shit, you know what I mean? Because I just be seeing, like, what they own, you know what I mean? And I tell people the easiest way to, like, kind of get some kind of exposure is to, like, giving your stuff to people that, like, have, like, a high profile, like, they got followers or have engagements, you know what I mean? I have a lot of those, so it's, like, it's a smart business move for anybody that has any type of clothing line or business to give me stuff because it's, like, actually adding to promoting your business, you know? And in business, it tells you, like, 10 to 20% of your revenue is supposed to go back to promotions. You know what I mean? So it's like, how are you promoting it? A lot of people don't do that. They don't promote their shit. And then you don't give people free shit to promote it. So it's like, yo, how is you supposed to grow if you don't water the plant?
You ain't watering it right.
You know what I mean?
You ain't putting that groundwork
I used to give my clothes out. Like, I used to be all promo. I'll make 12 shirts, sell, give out fucking 10, sell 2 to buy 12 more. Like, I was giving this shit out to give the illusion that people was wearing it. You know what I mean?
That's how you got to do it.
And then now it's like other people are asking for it that's seeing these people with it. You know what I mean?
Free promo.
They're like, oh shit, I see everybody with that. I want it because they cool. Like,
right, and they got it, so I'm gonna go grab it. Like,
that's exactly all it be.
Word of mouth.
I had started my own little t-shirt printing biz as like a side gig over Corona. And I had a couple customers that had me print like 50 shirts just to take the Rolling Loud and give out for free, man.
Yeah,
for sure.
You gotta get like, you know, like, okay, you want to be a rapper. You gotta buy studio time. You gotta like pay for an engineer. You know what I mean? Like you gonna spend stuff to try to be a rapper. It's the same thing with like a business,
right?
Like you gonna pay for like them to put like, you know, you pay for promo for to be in a rapper. Somebody you perform at this show or spend all this money to drive out here to do this. Like, you know what I mean? You gotta do that same shit with your business, if not more.
Facts.
Yeah.
And
a lot of the business, like you said, comes from promotion, you know, getting people aware of your brand. Especially in these days, people want to see the shit or they want to hear it first, or in music, they want to see you
They want to see shit.
Yeah, you got to drop a music video before they buy your album.
Facts. That's facts. Man, so you here now, man. You kind of, like you said, you made your first millions. What part of the journey you say that was like that you love the most? Is it like now that you got the success, or the journey to the success? Which part would you say you like the most?
I don't know, like, success is a journey, you know what I mean? So it's just like, it was probably easier in the parking lot. Like, the parking lot was easy as fuck, you know what I mean? Like, now it's like, bro, you don't understand, like, shit that you have to, like, try. That's what I'm saying, like, when you trying to go legit, that shit is expensive, bro. Like, you know what I mean? Like, I gotta pay for, like, people just to read, like, fucking, what are those contracts, and I gotta, you know, invoices, and, like, you gotta pay for, like, overtime if people stay late. Like, it's just, like, all of this stuff, you know, in the parking lot, it wasn't none of that.
Because at that time, you was doing a lot of it yourself.
Yeah, I was printing myself, or I was still, like, it was a portion when I was printing myself, and a portion I was, like, buying them printed already. But I didn't have 6, 7 designs. I had, like, 3 designs.
Making it work.
It was easy, bro. It was like the easiest part. You know, now it's like you have to, like, you know, you have to actually, like, work, treat this shit like a business.
Because people critiquing you now. Back then, people wasn't really critiquing. They was, you know, getting their shirt and go. But now you get reviews. You be on front of World Star.
Yeah. Like,
all
okay,
type of shit.
take this. Like, I had made a hoodie, right? And, like, the way that I printed it, it just appeared that it was, like, you know, a little crack. Hoodie probably sold out in, like, a week or 2. Every person complained and wanted their money back.
Oh, wow. Damn.
So I probably had to return like $40,000, and that's not even the bad part. The bad part is on Shopify they have processors. Now my monthly like fraud or return rate was high as fuck. They dropped me.
Oh. Wow.
And you know, if you're on Shopify, you have a processor. I mean, if somebody buys something from you, they'll hold your money up to 60 to 90 days before they return it to you to make sure the customer is happy. So when you have a processor, your shit is in your bank account the next day.
Okay.
You know what I mean?
Damn.
So I had to first give them back $40,000, all these people who wanted their returns, because you want to make a happy customer, but I think it's 80% of the people, if they have a bad sale on your website, they're not returning. So I have to give your money back. You're not going to return. On top of that, now it's November. We do Black Friday. We do like 100 or something. They're holding like over $250,000 for 90 days.
Damn.
They didn't do none of that in the parking lot.
Shit you ain't have to worry about.
Ooh, man, America.
That is crazy.
You know, now I have to talk with banks, processors, open new accounts. It's like all this is over. Like,
So how is that? So how is dealing with that mentally? Because you know everybody, you know, see you with the money and jewelry. Like, how is the mentals like how you handling all this mentally?
I asked for this shit, so this the easy stress. You know what I mean? I done been dealing with like no money stress. Like, oh, my car get impounded, I can't get it out the impound. Like, okay, I gotta wait a month for $250. That's cool. Like, I ain't tripping about that. Like, I know it's there. You know what I mean? So like, this is like easy stress, but yes, it does play a toll. But you know, I smoke a lot. Like I smoke, and I got a daughter now, so she makes me happy. And then you know, I like do a lot of stuff that is enjoyable. So like, this is like I can deal with that bullshit.
Yeah, I see you're a family man, man. I see you like to be around your family.
Yeah. How old is your daughter?
She won.
She's one. Okay. How's that going, man? With he's a
yeah, I'm a dad too. My daughter just turned 4, man. So I understand, you know, that family time and my daughter makes me so happy, man. Like she's so smart. She can brighten up my day from anything. I could be mad as hell, pissed off. She come in the room and turn my whole attitude around. That's my baby. So yeah, man, that's dope, man. I love watching your journey, man. I know you just lost a homeboy and Drakeo. It's a tragedy, man. He was such a big
R.I.P. the Ruler.
Yeah, he was such a big force in this industry, man. So that's super sad, man. How you dealing with that these days?
I ain't gonna lie, my boy Drakeo, I love that guy. You know what I mean? He was like my best friend at like a point, and like I don't even like he gone, but he still down there be with me. So it's like, you know what I mean? Like
he right
I don't
there on
even
your chest.
be like, oh, he gone. Like nah, like Drakeo right here with me, and like a lot of times, like we have a lot of murals and shit around LA. I drive by as I see him, and it's like, this is what he wanted. He wanted his legacy. You know what I mean? He left one strong, one hell of a legacy, and it's like that's what he wanted more than anything. You know what I mean? Like he wanted to put on and be known as like Drakeo the Ruler, and it's like, you know.
Right, because that was one of his tour names. Along with
yeah. You feel me? Like but that was for his best friend that passed, the great Catchy.
Okay, yeah.
But yeah, Drakeo, like, you know, I could think and just be like, if a situation come, what he was saying, it's just like, all right, it's down there like he's still inside my head. Like,
that's
this
dope,
nigga,
man.
Fun. You know what I mean? Even when we go places. I've been on Drakeo for like 10 years, probably.
Back when y'all ain't had nothing.
Yeah,
Back when
you know, I was in like using people's car to deliver juice and shit. Like,
man, you a real hustler, man. I love that about you, bro. Like straight from the ground up. That's dope.
Man.
But yeah, man, we lost somebody too. Actually, one of our writers that write for our blog and stuff, man. We lost him a couple weeks ago, man. His name is Mike. R.I.P. Mike, man. So yeah, I know how you feel about that, man. So what we gonna do for him? Just keep this going and keep leveling up with this shit, man. So he would have loved this shit. You know what I'm saying?
Man, yeah, he would
talk
have been
about
in
you
here.
and Drakeo all the time.
Man,
so.
Drake. Yeah, we play Drakeo all the time, man. It's like I said, it's a lot of similarities, man. So I'm glad we got to catch you this time at this pop up. You feel me? As a matter of fact, man, I wish our boy was here, man. Darnell, man, that nigga he's supposed to be on camera.
Good.
Man.
Shout out to Darnell. He probably still in the bed sleeping. Shit,
yeah, probably.
You know, that nigga had a crazy night.
And so how did you and him, man? We know Darnell through, you know what I'm saying, seeing him at the club and shit, but how'd you guys
he was, you know, I think he was like a stylist or something, and he was selling some goods to somebody I know, and then I met him, and then I started grabbing stuff from him, and then he would come to my store and grab stuff from me, and then I think, you know, he introduced me to my like now GM, and he just, you know, ever since then we just been cool. You know what I mean? I see he's always trying, like, you know, he's a businessman, so the way he conducts his business, so, you know, I always fuck with him on things that he wanted to do because it's like, you know, he thinks the way I think.
Yeah, he a creative genius, man. Darnell, book him denim. I've been knowing bro for years, since 2009. Yeah, he always had that good, great energy, man. So, yeah, I fuck with bro, man. And shout out to him for putting this together. Happy birthday again, bro.
Yep. Happy birthday, book him denim. Text me when you land. Hit him up on Instagram.
Yeah, man. So, yeah, we don't want to keep you too much longer, man. We appreciate you sitting down with us.
Minnesota pop-up, man.
It's an awful lot of Minnesota.
Man. It's great. It's a great time, brother.
Off a lot of it, yeah. I appreciate y'all. Twin City Podcast for having me on here, man.
Appreciate it, man. It's Motivation to Hustle, the new Twin Cities podcast, man.
Twin City Podcast,
it's your
man.
boy
Y'all
Fresh.
tune in. Off a lot of it. DESTO DUBB.
And we out.